The veneers are shaking. The crime stories are shaking. The cargo is shaking. Los Angeles is shaking. The presidential election is shaking. I don't know who's shaking, Lil Yachty or Caribou. All right, you guys, we are going live. All right, you guys, we are going live. We are live on all the platforms right now. So the DR story is not a DR story. Excuse my belly button. That's not a DR story. That's a Miami story. It's a Miami story. So that's not what that is. We're live. Okay, everybody, you can hear me? You can hear me good? Great. So here's what's going on. Everybody getting on the lives? Yes, good. So we're going to talk about a lot of things today. We're going to start doing moments where we see where's your heart at. We're going to also have conversations about where your heart at as we talk about entertainment, but we're going to check the temperature of everything. So I would like to start off with some social media things. First of all, I want to talk about Wendy Williams. So Wendy Williams right now is out in the hospital. And the people that are over her conservatorship are very, very, very upset. And what they're trying to do is they're about to try to silence that lady. They're about to try to silence that girl. Okay, put this down here. It's going to try to silence that girl. And they're going to try to silence her because they want to be able to keep her money. That's better. Hey. They want to be able to keep her money. So her money is tied up in Wells Fargo, okay? And Wells Fargo has now done something where they are trying to get along with the judge and the judge over Wendy Williams' case. And the judge over Wendy Williams' case is in cahoots with her conservator. She's also in cahoots with Wells Fargo, okay? She's not playing. This lady wants Wendy's money, okay? So she wants Wendy's money. She's not playing about it. She has teamed up with Sabrina Morrissey. Sabrina Morrissey is her conservator, but she's not her caretaker. Her caretaker is a lady named Glenda. Hey, you're gonna come up here. Great. Yes, we're back up here. The lady named Gina Lisa. Gina Lisa is a Latina lady who is her caretaker. Her caretaker is a very nice lady. This lady actually wants the best for Wendy. She went and she kind of spilled the tea and said that the caretaker was acting funny when it came to the conservatorship stuff. The caretaker wouldn't look at her, was kind of giving her weird vibes, okay? And you guys are getting my belly button. We're just going to cover it like that. She was giving her weird vibes when she met her at the hospital. Now, Wendy sent down from the hospital this note, and the note said, "Help Wendy," okay? And in this "Help Wendy" note, she basically told her fans to save her. She's like, "Y'all, I need saving." She's like, "It's a lot going on, and I need y'all to come down and help me, save me." And they ended up being able to send her to the hospital, okay? Now, this psych evaluation that she was able to get at this hospital, this is why Wendy kind of might be okay, because Wendy is able to prove that she's not crazy. Her being able to prove that she's not crazy is a very, very, very big deal. It's a very big deal. We're going to move these people over. It's a very, very, very big deal. It means life or unaliving for her. Sorry, that was my alarm. It means life for her. It means a quality of life for her because Wendy was able to prove 10 out of 10 on her psych evaluation. Now let's go all the way back to the situation at hand. This is caused by being so much in love with a man that she let it break her. Wendy let it break her. Wendy was so in love with Kev and he was so her end all to be all. She let that be the reason why she lived and it ruined her life. You have to have mental strength. You have to have emotional strength. And my girl put it all in her husband. Now, I totally understand that or whatever, because I've been there. You know what I mean? You putting it all into a man and you expect it to pay off. It doesn't pay off because at the end of the day, her husband felt like he was not the breadwinner. Kev not being the breadwinner, but him also having to pick Wendy up off the floor. It wasn't sexy. It wasn't sexy for Wendy to be drunk, sometimes on pills, sometimes conked out, and he's having to pick her up off the floor every day. So he goes and meets this secretary. The secretary was introduced to him by Charlemagne the God. She was also from Monk's Corner, South Carolina, where they're from, which is like a podunk town. My grandpa, he used to live in South Carolina by Monk's Corner, and Monk's Corner is given, I just want to get out of this town. So imagine you start working with your friend Charlemagne. Her husband got a wandering eye. Her husband's ready to pay them bills. And you're a small town girl. This is a big city situation. He's paying Sharina Hudson's life for years, years. While Wendy's conking out, she gets a house, she gets a lifestyle, and she's able to be like, okay, Kev, well, when you put Wendy to bed from acting all crazy, come lay with your woman and talk and do whatever for at least 10 years. Okay. So we're going to dig deep into the psychosis of this situation. We're not just going to let it rest. And I am baby girl on TikTok said she was fine when she left him. But after that, the baby came, she started spiraling because she was living in delusion for so long that she was in a relationship with this man. When the glass ceiling and when the fourth wall of that broke, she could not take it. That's what I'm saying. I'm having a different type of day. We're about to have a different kind of conversation tonight. Wendy had a delusion of what that relationship ever was. She thought that she looked at that as she was in love with her caretaker. Oh, he does everything for me. He checks the business. He makes sure all the goons are gone. He's playing bodyguard. Did Kayleen Tucker pass away? I got to see who that is. But he's playing bodyguard. He's playing all sorts of roles while this lady is, in a space of completely being able to act like none of this stuff is going on. She's a princess, whatever she got going on. And this man, he's got to go through and he's got to handle the bills and he's got to deal with these white people in these offices trying to take advantage of her money for years. And he doesn't really have results in a partner. He doesn't really have help in a partner because my girl is kind of gone off that stuff. She's kind of gone. You know what I mean? Mentally gone, falling out drunk. This drunkenness that we're dealing with from Wendy back then, we've been dealing with since the 80s, 90s, okay? But he's been able to clean it up. So I'm just going to be honest. That man was going to be like, hey, I'm ready to start a family with my girl. We've been together 10 years. We've been together solid 10 years. She got a house around the corner. Like I go home at night when Wendy sleep and drunk and doing whatever, or she get an attitude and tell me to get out, I go to my woman's house. My sons might go to his friend's house. He's an only child. He was able to live that double life for so long. And when that ceiling broke, she broke. Another example, she didn't take care of her health the whole time. When you look at that Sharina lady is young. Ain't no way I wouldn't have been in the bottom of somebody's gym if I was Wendy Williams. You can afford the trainer. I would have had a top trainer in there. It wouldn't have been no lymphedema. It wouldn't have been no sickness out of me. I would have been like, hey, I got this man with this wandering eye. He's a lot going on. I'm about to get in the field. I'm about to be in here having the best body I can. But my girl relied on surgeries. And now we're going to have a conversation about that young lady that allegedly lost her life, Miss Monique Miller, that lost their lives in Miami after getting those BBLs, her and her sister. So Monique and her sister were documenting the entire process on her page, Trap Star Scar. Okay. She was on there and she was basically telling her experience from getting a BBL. Now, I was wrong on my page. I thought that she went to the Dominican Republic. No, she didn't. So I'm sorry to the Dominican Republic. Sorry to put that on you. She actually ended up going to Miami and she showed the doctor. And we saw the doctor, and the doctor is not in trouble. Now, I wonder if they're going to be able to take him to court. Maybe he have to show her vitals and whatever he had on paper for her, but he's not going to be in trouble because he's not why she lost her life. She lost her life at that recovery house. So that Kayla recovery house, they're saying allegedly that they gave her a narcotic that was a legal narcotic that ended up not waking her up. She didn't wake up after that. Now, whatever illegal narcotic that was, they're not saying what it was. This is in Miami. There's a lot of drug stuff, cartel stuff going on in Miami. In the news, you guys already know. So this was already a dangerous place. Now, One thing I noticed about the girls was I heard in their voices when they were doing their video a level of highfalutin. You should have heard the way they talked. They were like, "Oh, this is a kind of moving like this is a classy place, and I'm demure, and I'm the type of girl that would, I make this much money and 20K on the body, yeah." And she's going back for a BBL, and I said that type of hubris right there is why we're in trouble as a community. I'm telling you right now, because she went in there like it was highfalutin, top notch stuff. And I'm like, girl, this is plain Jane. They done took a haul, threw some little pads in it, and she's like, yeah, yeah, top tier. Now I know she just had a baby. Baby was beautiful. She made a lot of money. This girl was the perfect target for that type of stuff. Now, mind you, $20,000 on your body is not a lot. It's not a lot. When it comes to those kind of things, she was taking a huge risk because they told her BMI was something that I could tell that it was not. This young lady, beautiful girl, but you could tell she was a little bit bigger in the middle, just had a baby. They said that her BMI was the right BMI. You could tell by her height and them pictures and everything, her BMI was not right. Nothing about that young lady gave me that she was going to the gym. Not her page, not her body, not her nothing. Not her back to back BBLs, not her nothing. And I said, that right there, y'all think that just going to the gym is going to have you looking, no, excuse me. Getting a BBL is going to have you looking like Jocelyn Hernandez. That is not what does it. It be the gym. SZA and all them, SZA have $100,000 to put on the body. So you can't go in there thinking of you're about to get Kim Kardashian results with $20,000. It's not enough. It's not enough, you guys. So we need to be striving for higher when it comes to how much we're going to afford these surgeries. Insurance, a lot of the job that this young lady had, Amonique, I don't know if her insurance situation was all the way together to be able to get a proper recovery house. She had the businesses, but everything she gloated about was giving pay out of pocket. Was giving pay out of pocket. Yes. And I'm like, see that pay out of pocket right there? That'll get you. You want somebody that takes insurance because they have some real doctors in there. And at least if they're doing that kind of fraud, you could really get your money back because they're taking insurances. These out of pocket people, they didn't spend that cash. They didn't put that cash in whatever deep, dark web, illegal business they're going to put it in. It's no way to trace it back. You know what I mean? You could tell them about some cash, but you can't trace that cash like you could trace them insurance, like that insurance coverage that you're really going to need. So there's a lot of red flags when it comes to that BBL game that y'all got to be ready for. Now, another thing, you feel me, before I go back to the news, with the BBL game, it's starting to be played out. And let's talk about how people feel about the BBLs. Like, I don't have my body done. I got to go to the gym tonight. But when I talk to guys, and y'all guys get down in the comments that watch my show, guys are saying it don't feel the same. And it's starting to become a stigma of poverty. And y'all have to be aware of these things. You have to be aware of these things. People think that certain things are stigmas of wealth. And as soon as the unwealthy get them, they don't become stigmas of wealth anymore. They become bottom of the barrel. Certain types of weaves, certain type of food, certain types of way to do stuff. Y'all got to remember, even when it comes to the history, now I'm going to give y'all some history, the history of why they connect Black people to watermelon in our community. Watermelon used to be sold for a high price, okay? And it used to be sold specifically by Black people. That was like our industry. How Asians have bundles of hair, Black people used to do watermelons. How Latinos have tacos, it used to be watermelons for us. Well, what the other opposition did, the people that want us to take over the watermelon industry, they made it a stigma. They made it for poor people. They made advertisements making it look like a certain type of Black people consumes that, made it bottom of the barrel. It made it bottom of the barrel. So the connotation between it, it took down the value. So the value is really in the media. Okay. The value is not in the body, it's in how the media portrays said body. Can you get a rich dude if you do this? Can you get you know what I mean? Can you get in these sort of rooms if you look like that? And it's all due to what the powers that be deem to be cute and the y'all copy and then they make it not hot no more. So it's pointless. You might as well do what you think is hot and find your tribe because what happens when what you got going on when you're following a trend goes out of style. What happens when it goes out of style? When it goes out of style, now you're stuck with this body that nobody keeps these anymore. Nobody does these. Okay. And nobody wants that. It's not good for the look you're trying to go for. So, now let's go on back onto some news, some messy news. So I've been seeing some stuff about Mendices and Yandy. Let's talk about that. Mendices and then let's talk about Real Housewives. Oh my God. Actually, yes. Let's talk about Shamia, Real Housewives. Y'all, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So we're gonna talk about Real Housewives, y'all. Shamia. So I watched the first episode of Real Housewives with Shamia as the main girl. Okay, let's fix my dress. Shamia as the main girl. I'm liking it. I'm loving it. I'm loving every minute of it. Shamia has a $9 million home. It's the second largest, excuse my hair, it's the second largest purchase in Atlanta of homes. Now, Shamia's storyline is what's getting me the most. Shamia has, I'm not going to say a special needs daughter, but she has a daughter that is in need of intensive care, day to day care. Now, the daughter was born through surrogate. Now, here's what I'm confused about when it came to Shamia. Keish said, Chrissy, I have a question. Ask the question. Keish, excuse me. When it comes to Shamia is the number one. Yes, I love her house. I love her chocolate baby. I love her chocolate husband. I love that they've been together 10 years. It's giving me 10 out of 10 vibes when I think about Shamia. Now, Shamia's daughter was born as a surrogate, and that's what's got me confused. Is it their egg and her husband's sperm to use for the surrogate? Or somebody else's surrogate, just one of them, their DNA? Is it what happened with the surrogate that the little girl was born prematurely like that? It makes me so sad for her because they have an older daughter, and the older daughter is growing properly, and the little daughter, she oh, it's both? Okay, somebody tell me what it is down to the comments. The little daughter, she's totally fine. And I know that's got to be hard for her because she kind of spoke on, but didn't all the way expound on fertility issues. She's like, I had fertility issues. And she's like, I've dealt with fertility issues for a long time, is what she said. So I'm like, okay, that can make you, as a very rich lady, be like, I'm about to go get a surrogate. No problem, right? And so she goes and gets this surrogate. Her surrogate has her baby early. She said that the little girl's in all types of physical therapy and everything. Her her head, her cranium looks a little bit enlarged, swollen. I don't know what that could be due to. But the pictures that they just took of the little girl, she was smiling real good. They're saying that there's some lung development that needs to be happening. And that lung development happens when you have a preemie. You know what I mean? Sometimes they are in need of that kind of care. And so it's just really deep when you think about it. Good to get the camera. It's just really deep when you think about it. It says the surrogate only carries the baby. I am baby girl said that. So what do you guys think on Facebook about that too? What's going on as far as Shamia's baby? But if she keeps that private, then that's her business to keep private. Now, Shamia and Portia. Now, a lot of people are coming for Portia, and they're coming for Portia being with Simon as a married man. Dealing with him as a married man did really, really look bad, but it looked bad because they saw her and the wife interact. Them seeing her and the wife interact looks horrible. And what it does is it makes you think like, okay, you went in this lady's house and you stole her husband, right? And her and Shamia, they've been friends since they were little kids. And so the new lady, Kelly, came into the show and she was like, why is she messing with that lady's husband? Kelly's feisty. Kelly's the queen of waffles in Atlanta, and she dealt with some fidelity with her very rich husband and her dealing with her and her four daughters. And it looks like she is scrolling and decided to stop. Hey, phenomenal woman. So it's just giving me very much that Kelly is about to get on Portia for that infidelity. She's not playing with that lady. She's not playing with that lady. She's like, why did you take that lady husband? Why was you messing with her? And I know that she's shook and scared because she doesn't want to mess up her relationship with Shamia. Now, Kelly, the queen of waffles, she's close to Shamia because when Shamia had her daughter in that NICU, she is saying, and it's the PICU. They said the NICU is nobody can see you. The PICU is where people can come And then there's another one. So she came to see her and she brought her food. Now, in the Black community, that is like a labor of love. When somebody passes away or somebody's going through something intensive, you bring in pans of food. The Queen of Waffles is sending me. Yes, so she's the Queen of Waffles. She said that proudly. She's got other mixes and food stuff. Like, get your money, Black woman. She's got her rest. She's a restaurateur. She's got it going, period. But in this instance, it's an instance of she is back to what I was saying about her. Yeah, she was there for Shamia. When Black people are going through something, it's a labor of love to bring pans of food. I remember when my granny passed, and I remember my dad, he was kind of into it with one of my play uncles, and my play uncle came and cooked all of this food. All of this food when my granny passed. And he was like, wow, he's like, that was so sweet. It's just food for y'all to eat on. Everybody's in bereavement, everybody's grieving. So nobody feels like cooking. And so it gives the family a chance to just relax. The cooking's already done. There's good food in there, plenty of food, leftovers to eat on for days. And for her to do that, that showed Shamia true friendship. She's like, no, she was there for me in my darkest hour. That's my girl. And I want all my girls to get along. So Terry Alicia said, no excuse being late with her glam cameras, and the cameras are there. Oh, you talking about being late with her glam and her cameras there? You talking about Portia? And they said, where can we watch it? I stopped watching after reunion, Portia. So Portia was totally rude about arriving late. Now everybody's saying they're not feeling the late arrival. Everybody's saying they're not feeling the late arrival. They feel like that was rude and uncalled for. They're saying that her coming late. Now, to me, she said it was traffic, but to me, that coming late was a part of the producers. The producers told her to come late. You got to make that a thing. You got to seem like you were, kind of a rift between it. And even Shamia, I feel like, was told to say some things about her and Portia's relationship, like, like she'd be a bit jealous. You've been married to this man for 10 years. Portia was not married to Simon for no 10 years. This has just been a couple of years. They were married for like 15 months. I don't know how long they knew each other. They had plans to be tighter together. It didn't work out. There's other rich Africans. And I know there's plenty of rich Africans. It's like, I will take this lady anyway with her one baby daddy. It's not that deep. They like, please, we will move on. We will hop in the game with this lady. We do not care. So what Portia needs to do is she needs to be dating another rich African, or holler me if you're in the African community. Does that make the other African men be turned off from dating you? Y'all got to write me down on all these comments and say, like, okay, is that going to be a thing where they feel like, you can't say nothing? I feel like you definitely need to see what the community is saying. We need a moderator because somebody is spamming. Who's spamming? I am baby girl. Say who's spamming. And I'm understanding that in these situations, with trying to get a new husband, she got to take a Dennis out the picture. Portia having Dennis in the picture gives me her and Dennis are still sleeping together. And them two still sleeping together is not going to be good for her trying to get a husband. It ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. I feel like it's going to deter another man from wanting Portia, seeing that baby daddy around. If he's about to move on with Drew, you need to be having that. Not is no enemy to Drew. You need to be like, I love that. He absolutely moved on. You see, I congratulated him for moving on with Drew in the show. Where's my $1 million African? Because Dennis, Detroit Dennis, he got a couple, he might have $1 million, he might have two, but he don't have no couple $1 million to be taking care of you and PJ the way them bills in that house is gonna run. So it ain't worth it. So Melanie Harris is saying, I'm glad I found you. Hey, Melanie Harris. Now I want to talk to you about her messing with a married man. Now, I know people that have messed with a married man and they have a situation where they're locked in to the situation and they ended up getting married with him after. But it cursed me. It cursed me. Dealing with somebody you don't know is married and they tell you that they're not, then you find out that they are. You never think you're going to get into them situations. And as a grown lady, you literally be like, yes, Miss Lovely needs to be blocked. You get into them situations as a grown lady, you never think that you would get in them. And then you're immediately like, absolutely not. Hey, love your story. Yes, thank you. You are like, I would never want to get into a situation like that ever in my life. And I'm somebody that never went for nobody's married man. I never in my life went for a married man involuntarily, was like, oh, he's married. I'm about to. Yes, December Cole said it was on TMZ before. Yes, I was. But sometimes these men do not tell you when they're married. And a situation like Simon switched for the clout chase. Let's be honest. Portia allegedly knew he was married. The way it's looking, that lady knew that he was married. This man was not hidden that he was married. It did not look like a situation where Portia would have cared. She looked and saw that house and saw that lady's lifestyle and she went over there. You know what I mean? If there's a situation where you find out a man is married, you're all the way in love, get out. Get out. I don't think it's worth it because the karma on that, the karma that you're going to endure after that, it don't be worth it. It don't be worth it. Look at Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian was recently in the news talking about her relationship with Chris Humphries. And you remember her and Chris Humphries, when she was married to Chris Humphries, she started messing with Kanye. And while she was messing with Kanye, Kanye was trolling Chris Humphries. Remember how he acted? Remember how Kanye acted when she when my YouTube people said something. P Talk said Portia wanted that shit what Shamia got, and Portia wanted what Shamia got. She sees Simon and thought she bagged one. You're never bagging somebody else's husband, P Talks. You never bagging somebody else's husband. You're never bagging somebody else's husband. And see, that's my issue here is we cannot think this kind of stuff is okay. We can't think this kind of stuff is okay. It's bad karma because literally Kim Kardashian has not had a good relationship yet. Kanye is a psychopath. Somebody said, what do I miss? I don't watch the news. We're leading into talking about Kim Kardashian recently talking about Chris Humphries in the news. And she's saying that Chris Humphries in that situation, like he bought her an extra engagement ring and she bought her 5 and she is having to give back one of them as of recently. She doesn't have a man. They said that she was allegedly, I heard in the news, now this is between you and me, I'm going to start spilling celebrity tea that I heard. I heard that for a minute, allegedly, Kim Kardashian started messing with Chris Paul behind his wife's back, and they was messing with each other for years, and nobody knew about it. So it's like my girl kind of went from married man to married man. Or, sister, was you actually in love with Chris Paul? He already had his black wife settle down, and you couldn't be with him because they say in between relationships, she allegedly keeps running back to him. And that be like a whole sitch in itself. Now they got her, they in there talking about they in there talking about Chris Humphries and Kim Kardashian thing. They say on the top of that, Kim Kardashian reveals ex Chris Humphries only paid for one of the 5 of her engagement ring. Oh, 1/5 of it, 1/5 of her engagement ring, and made her give it back in the divorce. Period. So he only paid a little of it and made it give it back. You know, when Kim was with Chris Humphries, she actually was in like a Christian relationship with him. He was super Christian dude too. So I think that's another thing that probably did tie her to Kanye at that time. And it says Skims founder was famously married to the NBA player for 72 days. And on March 13th episode of the recent Kardashians, she said she reflected on the engagement ring he gave her, more accurately, the one she got herself. She said, I wonder what my next ring shape will be on my last and final hurrah before taking a trip down memory lane to visit all 3 of her engagement rings. Because, you know, she was married that time before. Okay. She was married that time before to that man that was in BMF. She was married to him, and that man that was in BMF, he was like bald headed black man, and he was eating that up. But remember that she got divorced from him because her daddy said she had to get divorced. P Talks on YouTube also said that's why she at where she at now. Yes, she's single. So she was married to that black man, bald head. Her daddy made her get divorced. Then she got married to Chris Humphries. Then she got married to Kanye. And what's deep in that situation is that's kind of sad is Chris Humphries was really hurt by that. He's like a biracial man. He was really sad about him getting a divorce from her, and it really embarrassed him. She said on one of the episodes, because I kick it with people that really love Kardashians. She said when she was pregnant with North, and this is after she divorced Chris Humphries, she saw him out and she was fully pregnant, and he wouldn't even speak to her. He ignored that lady, acted like she wasn't even there. He's like, absolutely not, please. He's like, I'm not speaking to this lady. There's nothing we ever kind of need to talk about ever. And, that kind of embarrassment in front of your family, in front of your everything's got to be tough. And so, he's looking at it like, please, I can never speak to you again. But I'm more looking at it as Chris Humphries, you may have dodged a bullet. God may have had something else for Chris Humphries. But another thing about that Kanye West, Chris Humphrey thing is when he trolled him and he got North pregnant. Remember when she was with Pete Davidson, how crazy he was acting. He was having all those roses outside her house when she moved on. She thought all that craziness was cute. We got to stop thinking the craziness is cute. Yes, BMF. Yes, Kim was married to a man in BMF. I'm about to look it up. She was married to that man in BMF. And he was a black bald head man. He used to be riding bikes. And she was just married to a hood dude. And she was young, you know what I mean? On some like, she got caught up in that a little bit, that hood life. Kim Kardashian's husband. Yep, right here. Yep. Tie her back to her first husband, a music producer. So yeah. And it says the music producer switched up on them. Let's see his name. His name was Dexter Sosa Hussey. No. That's somebody that was speaking about it. Speaking about her husband. Let's find her where her husband was. Cause that's T. They're talking about it. Yep, the untold story of her with the dude. Let's see. Um, I got currently this is Kim's husband. The other shit, Damian Thomas. Mm-hmm. Damian Thomas, and she was married to that man, and he was a good looking older man. First husband, music producer, who she was married to in 2000 and divorced in 2004. Their marriage was short lived. Kim has made rare comments about the divorce, including revealing she was under the influence during the wedding. And she was 19 and he was 29 in 2000. They divorced after 4 years of marriage. So that's a little bit of a stint. She was married for 4 years. Maybe, I don't know if she couldn't get out of it. Maybe she was just young and caught up. Okay, so Buttercup on TikTok said, please, if you can, spread awareness for Emily Pike, a 14-year-old that lost her life, Native American. Okay, let's get into that. Emily Pike. Yeah. So we were talking about Shamia. I do want to speak real quick on Shamia before speaking back on Real Housewives. And then we're going to get off Real Housewives. Shamia did an interview today, and she talked about her situation with her daughter. And she said that her daughter Shiloh, she has Shayla and Shiloh, and her daughter is the one that was born of the surrogate that has the issues that she's in the hospital about. That was in the PICU. She said that people were making fun of her online and saying, wow, you're out partying with Portia while your daughter is in the NICU. And she did this interview with this black lady and she cried and was talking about her not being able to have any time to herself. She said she also has another daughter who's like, mommy, I kind of want you to pick me up from school. I don't want daddy to just pick me up from school. And the daughter is, 4 years old and developmental and going through a sitch where the daughter is like, hey, I want my mommy to pick me up. I'm kind of tired of seeing my daddy. And Shamia broke down. Do y'all understand this? This interview almost broke me watching this. Oh, I was boo crying because, and this is before the show, so my makeup was about to be messed up. Shamia said that I'm going from picking my daughter up, then I'm going to the NICU, the PICU. Then I'm trying to be a good wife to my husband, putting the house together, the business together. I'm filming, I'm doing all these things. And then when Portia and them are calling me like, hey, let's just get a drink, I'm like, absolutely, I'm outside. I'm outside. Yes, I need that at that time. Yes, I need to be just going to get a drink because I am breaking down as a woman. I'm going through it. To hear that, yes, very, very sad. And this is the daughter was born on Valentine's Day of 2023. So that baby is a year old. The interview show she was on was Beauty Talk with Tay on YouTube, Tay TV. Shout out to you, Tay TV. And she, is dealing with all these naysayers, having all this stuff to say about how she runs her life, about how she runs her business, her life with her husband. And that lady was like, wow. Y'all don't know what it's like for you to be sitting there and showering your 4-year-old at the hospital. You got to do everything there. You want all your babies to be sitting together. You want to watch her all night. You want her to come home to your $9 million home and your baby is in the PICU, healing, growing, using an iron lung to probably try to get better. This baby still needs lung development. So it's really, really deep and really, really sad to watch her be going through all of that, and to see that young lady literally like be in a space where she is doing all this with a smile on her face. Because something you notice about Shamia when she was with her family is Shamia is not only the glue to this show now, she's the glue to her family. The way that she was acting with her uncles, the way that she was acting with her mom and her brother, like, Shamia, look at Papa play. And I'm just like, this is a real cute together Black family. The mom and the dad, they look like they were together. And Shamia is trying. She's got good energy for everybody around her. She like, that's my nephew. Like, she's that fun auntie. And to be having this go on since 2023, and then you decide to take your towns to South Beach and be the front runner of this show, and you need all your girls to get along so this could be a hit. Thank you, Miss Love. Miss Love underscore 80, aka Callie, said fame is not that important. She should stop the show. No, I don't think she should stop the show at all. No way. No way, Jose. That lady shouldn't stop the show at all. She should completely continue to run this show like the champ she's running it. Running this show will give people a chance to say that they are going through something. They're running a business. They're strong women. They're keeping their body together, their head together, keeping it tight for their husbands, taking care of their other babies, and going through literal walking through the valley of the shadow of death pain stuff. She's going through that level of stuff. Shout out to my Facebook followers. They're saying, Aaron Brett Golden said, hello. Can I say that I love the content and you are a beautiful woman? Thank you so much on Facebook. I appreciate that. And you guys continue to write me on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube your comments and what you think about what we're talking about. And then TikTok, especially, we got everybody and down to the everybody TikTok. So it's just very interesting. And what I need y'all to know is stuff ain't no game. Stuff ain't no game. These people really need our support. They need the money. And could you imagine what this show is doing for her? Being able to kind of travel and having a reason to do all this stuff with her friends and still make money and still have a chance to be a good mom and put her whole family on. She's able to put her whole family on with this because you got to think about it. Shamia is able to get all y'all down to the show. Please, Shamia is like, this will be able to help my mama bills and my daddy bills. And maybe if my other people in my family got a platform, they'd be able to come on and get some of their stuff out there, their products, their whatever. And it gives the family a chance to glow. Absolutely, she should be on the show. She should not leave this show for no means necessary. We should not be doing nothing against this show. Keeping a good relationship with Andy. Everybody says Nene needs to be back on the show. Nene just got appointed her own talk show. And we want the best for Nene on her new talk show. Carlin Ames on Facebook said, hello from Chicago, Illinois, West Side. What up, West Side of Chicago? Now, Nene getting a new show. We want Nene back. People have been saying that. People have been saying that. Other shows I've been watching, they've been saying they want Nene back. They want Nene back on the show. I wonder what Nene would do for the show. I'm enjoying this Shamia-based center. What I'm not liking is the Brittany Edie situation with Kenya. I hate that because it makes Kenya Moore and all of the accomplishments that she's had through a decade of hard work look like a predator. I don't like Kenya Moore looking like nobody's predator. That doesn't sit well with me at all in the least. I don't like it. I don't fool with it. She ain't nobody predator. And it just puts a bad taste in my mouth for the whole thing. I don't like it. And when it says no, Wendy Williams is on her way back to TV. Yes, I think Wendy Williams should be back on TV. And Mariah needs to be back on Married to Medicine immediately. Immediately. Is anybody married to medicine except for Heavenly? And then there's the actual doctor, Simone, and them. And then there's, of course, the one that's married, yes, Dr. Damon. And then Toya. Toya's married to a doctor. But I'm telling this hair best friend, thank you so much. I actually need my hair done. I feel like I definitely need it done. Thank you, Chanelica. But the hair is by Bundles Wig and Frontal Company. But I think Married to Medicine on a decline. Yeah, I don't watch Married to Medicine. Quad is not Married to Medicine. Quad needs to be on a Real Housewives or something. That would be fire. But we just want to see her with this group of girls because y'all are familiar with the dynamic of her and y'all are liking to see this crash out with her abusive ex-husband. I would hate that. I would hate to have to be on a show with my abusive ex-husband because then he's still going to find ways to try to abuse me. And that's what Dr. G has been trying to do. He's still been trying to completely abuse this lady, and I hate it. It makes me so sad to have to watch and endure. And I'm like, this is not good for my mental psyche. Having to watch her go through this. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. So I'm gonna do probably one more subject and we're gonna get off the line. Mia is working with ink. Now let's talk about it. And then we're gonna get off the line. Mia working with Heavenly, name of Jesus. That's how you know it's time for me to get off. Mia working back with ink. She said ink is permanent in her tagline, and people are saying that she's saying ink is permanent, and it sure well is. And ink and her never broke up to me. To me, they always was together. They always gonna work together. And to me, it's just one of those things where I feel like they are the best at this because they're playing it both sides. Everybody's saying Mia needs to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I could definitely see that. She's not friends with Shamia though. So maybe, I don't know, she wouldn't fit on no other housewives. No. She said she went Atlanta. I think she should stay at Potomac. She just fine over there at Potomac. I hate to see the Grand Dame go. That makes me sad. That makes me sad to see the Grand Dame go. Giselle was right. Now, Giselle is an example. Let me tell you what they told me about Giselle. They said Giselle was having to deal with Jamal Bryant. And I love Pastor Jamal Bryant because Jamal Bryant is an actual good pastor. If I'm there for the preaching, he's a good preacher. But Jamal Bryant had her, I guess, coming down to the church and confronting the women in front of everybody. Like Giselle was having to stomp through and saying, y'all quit messing with my husband. So that's a messy sitch. I want Giselle to find somebody, but Giselle enjoys the chase too much. She enjoys the chase too much. But Mia and Ink are back together. They never broke up. These two have been together since they were in high school. She ended up getting with her first baby dad. And I think he had money. And it's like Mia just always upped the baby dad on him. She just always upped the baby dad on him. And it would be rich men because I knew that she was dancing and she was a beautiful girl. And that remained her best friend. But she doesn't have any kids with Ink. Those are just delusional, things that she wants to say because she wants kids with Ink. But she doesn't have any kids with Ink. And I don't think that she would have any more kids with Ink. They would have to get married. That would be the only thing that would make her a real housewife for real, leaving Gordon, is if Ink's show blew up. He has a radio show in Atlanta. He's popular on it. And when it blows up because of this, that's going to make her be able to be that type of real housewife of Atlanta. And what I mean, that would make her be that. Other than that, I think she needs to stay on Potomac. Okay, is there anything else you guys want to talk about? You guys shoot me down in the comments on YouTube. Y'all watch my YouTube. Watch me on YouTube. When you're watching the show, please watch me on YouTube. I'm going to start promoting it on there. Like, I'm going to be on live just like I'm on all these lives. I'm going to be getting my life together and going live all the time. You guys want to talk about Hallie and DDG? You guys put thumbs up in the comments if you want to talk about Hallie and DDG. Put thumbs on the comments on anywhere that you are if you want Halle Berry and DDG right now. Put thumbs. I want to see thumbs. And I got to find an emoji. I got to find an emoji that's going to be like the one that y'all like definitely, mess with. Like, you know what I mean? I could bring somebody on video from any of the platforms. Stars will appear. You know what I mean? I'm like, you guys, let's talk about it. Like Nikki Johnson, Pharaoh. Let's bring in some callers. Let's test it to see if we bring in callers. I could bring somebody in and they can make their little comments real quick. Okay, couldn't do that. Tried to. But we could start. Kenya and Cynthia said I sat it out. Cynthia needs the money. Where have you been? I haven't seen you in forever, Miss Virtuous. Yes, I'm going to be going. Oh, Tiana Taylor. Oh, let's definitely talk about Tiana Taylor before we go. See, this is how y'all keep me on live and I'm able to get to my hour. Constantly drop me different topics to talk about. Let's talk Tiana Taylor. I'm never wearing this dress again. It's cute though, right? Look at the back, y'all. Look at the back of this dress. It ties up. It's real cute. But it's just like, it makes me look a little big in the front. I don't know. We're getting it together. But we're going to talk about Tiana Taylor, baby. Before we go, we're going to Tiana Taylor this whole situation. Look how open it. Like, just take me as I am. Like, take me as I am with this dress like this. It's a fool. I'm going to lift this up. But we're going to talk about Tiana Taylor. So Tiana Taylor is getting up. Thank you. She is faking a relationship with Aaron Pierre. Aaron Pierre allegedly, I'm going to say allegedly, but I already saw it. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? Has a white woman. Yes, Ebony Carter said, dang. He is a white woman. He is not interested. He is cosplaying wanting to be with a black lady. He does not want to be with no black lady. And Tiana Taylor is cosplaying wanting to be with a man. Okay. Everybody's cosplaying here. Everybody's got their mask on. Everybody's not telling their truth. Okay. Yes, he only dates white women. He is not interested in no black women. And it looks like the kind of white women that he's interested in, it is giving like real down home. It's not like a bad, like a Hollywood starlet Margot Robbie. He's giving very down home, down to the we bumped into each other in Kroger's and she had on like a Tiva sandal, like that kind of vibe white girl. He ain't checking for no Tiana Taylor. Right now, Tiana Taylor probably has a mean WNBA stud that's pegging her in the next year. I'm telling you into next century. And she ain't thinking about no Iman. Now, let me tell you this about her and Iman. Do you remember a while ago, there was a white lady, and the white lady alleged that she used to work for Tiana and Iman. She came out and she said that she did like a blind item, and she did a blind item of there's a home, and she showed their 2D home. You know, they got that two-dimensional home that looks like it was drawn like on a like by a regular drawing etch a sketch. It's very interesting. It looks like something that Dr. Seuss or Andy Warhol would have lived in. And so, Bankroll Lex says she getting 8K a month. She don't give a darn. So Tiana Taylor's getting 8K a month. She getting 8K a month. Fly Soldier. I don't know who that is, but I'm gonna. Abby, do y'all want to talk about it? Let me see if y'all want to come in and talk about Tiana Taylor. I'm gonna give y'all. Oh, it went away. Y'all invite yourselves. Ask me. And did you see the settlement? Yep. Oh, she getting 8K a month. Everybody saying yes. Y'all definitely hop on the live and ask me if you want to invite. I could definitely do it. So y'all, Tiana Taylor is getting 8K a month. Everybody got a 6-figure settlement. Oh, baby. Tiana Taylor got a 6-figure settlement from Iman. What is Iman's rate, baby? Oh, yeah. Says Tiana Taylor gets 4 houses in divorce with a settlement from Iman Shumpert. Baby, does she? Let's read. According to Realtor.com, celebrity real estate. Don't play. Yes, on Facebook, Lee Rodriguez says, yes, she getting 8K a month. Ooh, don't play with him, Riot. It said dancer Tiana Taylor, dancer, performer, artist extraordinaire. Please. They demote her to dancer. Will take a possession of 4 homes valued at more than $10 million as a part of her divorce settlement with former Brooklyn Nets player Iman Shumpert. And I don't even think of him as a Nets player. I think of him as a Cavs player. But you know, I'm so Ohio. Taylor and Shumpert, both 34, have reached an agreement that puts an end to their lengthy legal proceedings. Excuse me. Which began when the dancer filed for divorce in 2023. The former couple tied the knot in 2016, and they shared daughters Junie and Rue Rose. Junie is 9, Rue Rose is 4. Okay? No cheat clause. Oh! Adelona 617 said no cheat clause. Oh, baby girl. Let's continue to read. According to the multiple reports under the settlement, Tiana will receive not only 4 properties, but also a 7-figure payout, $300,000 Maybach, $70,000 Mercedes Sprinter, and a tour bus. Former NBA star Shumpert will also pay $8,000 a month in child support and fund his children's private school education. She about to bankrupt that man. What money he gonna have left? What money is Iman Shumpert finna have left? I ain't seen you in the court in a minute, boo. So it's giving everything you got. He must have got that thing for them championships. Chrissy is shaking her life. Yes, belly out. I'm so done. I'm trying to wear my professional business dress. It's just poking out everything. Like, please. But anyway, no, it's the fool. That's the fool. I'm shaking because of Tiana's settlement. Okay, period. So let's continue to read. Tiana will retain full ownership of her business, which includes her fitness brand, Fade to Fit, a choreography center, and partnership with fashion companies. Girl, please. So she's not only getting her money, she's keeping the money she came with. Okay? And keeping the kids. The star athlete will keep his homes in South Fulton and Decatur, Georgia, as well as his Miami condo. Taylor will take possession of their Alpharetta home, which the couple purchased in 2020. The Alpharetta mansion was featured prominently on the former couple's reality series We Got Love. So that's the T2D home. The T2D home, the one that looks like the cartoon, is the one they have in Alpharetta, Georgia. And she said she wanted everything to look a certain way. She's an aesthetics person. And wow, she gets to keep that. And I wonder what she would be able to sell it for if she wanted to sell it. Meanwhile, Shumpert purchased his South Fulton property in 2015 for $427,000. So he's getting his little normal home, his little pretty normal regular house. Yeah, her lawyer what big boy plan. Everybody's saying cheated on her to TT Love 22. They're saying cheat. I'm like, wow. Who knew? It's been reported that Shumpert previously renting a luxurious apartment in Manhattan, which he understood to have leased in 2012 for $9,200 a month when he was playing for the New York Knicks. It is unclear if he has real estate ties to the city, having left Brooklyn in Nets in 2021. So we don't know if he even has this. I wonder if he leased it. But if he would have purchased that, that would have appreciated over that time. So that would have been something nice to have. Now this lady done took you up Ish Creek and got this green-eyed man with no facial hair in your face. Child, please. This is the fool. This is the fool. Tiana Taylor has money, baby. And she just got more of Iman Shumpert's money. Okay, y'all. It's 6:12. I'm about to get up out of here. And we're gonna do this every other day. I'm not playing. I'm hopping on live anytime. Y'all just about to be like, she going live. I'm just about to get on. Anytime I got makeup on, I'm going live. Belly might be out. It might be makeup malfunction. It might be hair malfunction, wardrobe malfunction. But y'all gonna get these lives. Okay, I love y'all. Okay, y'all gonna holler at me. I love y'all. Period.